This is Einstein On, a research and medicine podcast. This interview series is brought to you by Albert Einstein College of Medicine.
My name is Ventura Rodriguez. Everybody calls me Jay. I'm 51 years old. I'm a dad of a 14-year-old called Victoria. I'm a superintendent of a complex here in the South Bronx. I feel fantastic. I feel like I couldn't lift the world on my shoulders. But there was a time that I didn't feel like this. About 9 months ago, I was very, very sick.
It was to the point in a couple of months he would have died. And I told him, I was like, you really need this surgery.
About 17 years ago, I found out that I had hepatitis C. I didn't know what that was. I went to see a physician. They put me on the treatment. And I did fine for the next 13 years. I had a hernia that I had to be repaired. And nobody wanted to perform the surgery.
Well, Mr. Rodriguez came to see me initially because he had the huge abdominal hernia, and he wanted to have it repaired. So when we met, I saw that he had liver disease.
We actually were the first group to diagnose the fact that he had pretty early cirrhosis and probably was going to require a liver transplant within the next 1 to 2 years.
And within 9 months, I was starting to deteriorate. Like I was completely yellow. My stomach kept swelling up like a balloon.
When I went to his doctor's appointments and his doctor would seriously tell me, your father might not make it, he would tell me, no, I'm always gonna be here for you. I'm always gonna be there, Mommy left you, I'm always gonna be here.
Victoria's mother passed away when she was 7, and I practically raised her by myself. That's all we have is each other. I didn't know what to do. I was under the impression that you had to have money to get an organ transplant. I'm just an average Joe. And they said, no, don't think like that. I got a phone call about 11:35, and they called me and said that they had a liver to come right in.
When I saw him, when I said bye to him, just seeing him cry, my father never cries, he teared up. I was just like, this is really happening, it was horrible.
So his surgery was a little longer than usual, and it lasted around 9.5 hours. When there's cirrhosis in it, every time you touch the liver or try to do dissection around it, then it bleeds very easily.
The first 2 days, I was in a daze. I was intubated, I had life support on it.
Basically, I held his hand and I talked to him for a little while, and I just tried to tell him, I'm happy that you're here and you're okay, and I'm hoping that you just get better.
This organ they put in you, this liver, is starting to do what it wasn't doing. Even though you just had a major surgery, but I felt fantastic from the 4th day on.
Watch it, people. I'm coming back on the scene.
What Mr. Rodriguez has shown us is kind of the beauty of liver transplantation. It's really kind of like being reborn. You have a patient who comes in confused, filled with fluid, yellow, jaundiced, can't really function. You do the liver transplantation, things go well, and it's totally changed his life.
Before you had the surgery, you had this hernia.
Dr. Gaglio, I see every month. He's a very, very good doctor. I used to see Dr. Bellum. Now, Bellum, I love her. She hung in there with me. She saved my life. She actually saved my life.
To make such a change in someone's, life, and then give them back their life, and then and have them feel young again, then for sure there's no price to it. It makes us feel very happy and very accomplished. So there's no better feeling than that.
Don't do the bathroom gold.
I saw it on TV.
The bathroom's different.
No. Who's painting?
Oh my God.
And then I'm gonna paint this wall orange blossom.
I look at him every day and I start to see our past again when we used to go out all the time.
This is a sesame tree.
I know. It says it right there. And we used to always just eat everything we wanted and just, do anything adventurous that we felt we wanted to do. I just feel like we have the possibility and chance to do that again.
to tell you, I live for my daughter. I fought this disease so I could keep staying with her.
All right, that's good.
I want to see her growing up. She's becoming a beautiful girl. You know, and she could tell you I love her. Not everybody could tell you that. If Victoria's okay, her father's okay.
You've been watching Einstein On, a research and medicine podcast. This interview series is brought to you by Albert Einstein College of Medicine. For our complete audio and video collection, visit einstein.yu.edu/video.